Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for another video talking about the summoner choice, the vote for which champion we are going to get implemented into this game this year. Now, the vote has finally winded down to the final two choices. Let's talk about this. We have a little bit of a sneak peek at what their kit could be. So we're going to read those. We're going to talk about both characters, and then I'm going to tell you guys who I'm going to vote for and why. Okay? Let's go ahead and get into this. So, MCOC tweeted. Also, if you guys aren't already following me on Twitter, you should if you're on Twitter. My Twitter is just Legacy69. So yeah, follow me. I tweet funny stuff. But yeah, so it's now down to two. White Tiger and Gladiator advance to the final round of Summoner Choice 2023. Take a look at the vision for these champions and vote for who you want to win this Friday. Okay, so I guess on Friday we'll get another iteration of the voting in-game where you do like 5 fights to get one of the vote selectors. Okay, so White Tiger and Gladiator. Let's go ahead and start with White Tiger. So, the vision so far, gameplay theme. Inheriting the mystical powers of the Tiger God, White Tiger is an expert combatant wielding frequent, deadly special attacks. Her precise strikes and combos blend seamlessly into rapid specials. When White Tiger hits her rhythm, it's unclear where the woman ends and the ancient god begins. Wow, that is okay, that sounds kind of hype. Let me go ahead and just hide my webcam so that you guys can see here. We got some key abilities. So White Tiger plays a dangerous game of juggling her foe at a high power levels. As her opponent power increases, her strikes and specials become even more frequent and deadly. She's also able to steal their power for herself, further enabling players to keep the opponent just below max power and unlocking White Tiger's true potential. So, I don't know about you guys, but to me, that just sounds like Dr. Doom. Right? Right? Like, she puts her opponent at high power levels. The Doom cycle, you push your opponent to special 3. With Doom, you then power steal on your light attacks while in aura. And it says here, she's able to steal their power for herself. So, and keeping the opponent just below max power. I don't know, sounds very similar to Doom, which is interesting. And I don't think that's a bad thing either. Doom is one of the best Mystic champions in MCOC, and he has been for a very long time. So, honestly, this sounds pretty good. White Tiger sounds nice. And if she wins the vote, I will be totally happy with that. Totally happy. Honestly, I really don't care who wins at this point. I just didn't want Spider-Punk to win. If White Tiger, Gladiator, or Bullseye won, I was going to be happy. I just didn't want Spider-Punk to win, even though I love Spider-Man so much. But that's not the Spider-Man I want to see in MCOC. There's many other Spider-Man variants that I want to see way before Spider-Man with a guitar. So, really glad he is out of the running. White Tiger sounds cool. Alright, but you know who's cooler than that? Gladiator. Let's talk about him. So, God, this guy. Oh, dude, he literally reminds me of like Darth Vader right here. He's got like the dark army behind him. Like, dude, buddy is just ready to go and conquer. I love it. I love it. But alright. The vision so far, gameplay theme. Gladiator's powers are nearly limitless, dependent only on his confidence. Capable of incredible feats of strength and speed, he is able to defeat even the mightiest of opponents simply because he knows he can. Which is really interesting. I love the whole idea of confidence in his kit, and I was theorizing originally that, you know, this could maybe be increased with class advantage or decreased with class disadvantage. But let's talk about Kabam's vision for this. So, let's hide my webcam once again. So, Gladiator builds confidence as he gains buffs, and as he fights his opponents, gaining even more from clear, decisive victories. So, that sounds like a persistent charged ability. Confidence empowers his abilities, improves his effectiveness of his buffs, and improves his durability. So, the way that sounds to me is basically, you know, win fights. It says clear, decisive victories. So, I don't know if there's going to be some type of caveat to that whole thing with maybe needing to do something specific in the fight to then build persistent charge. For example, like Morningstar, with her special 3, after you use it, if it kills the opponent, I think, or if you still have over 50 when the fight ends, or if you build from the 50 to 100, that's how you gain the charge. It's not just like you knock out someone and you get the charge. It's a little different. So Gladiator, it could be a little different to build his charges. But do you know who Gladiator sounds like to me? He kind of sounds actually just kind of like a Hercules. It literally even says here, feats of strength. Feats of strength. That's literally what Hercules has. Feats of strength. I don't know. This is very reminiscent of Hercules, but I think he's going to be a lot different than Hercules if he makes it. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. But I do like the sound of him. I hope he's not too reliant on build-up, like, you know, Aegon. Like, Aegon is not a Battlegrounds champion because you need to build him up in super long content. So I hope, you know, Gladiator wouldn't be like that. And I don't think it would be to that extent. Maybe that's a little bit more of his preferred matchups, but I'm sure he'd still be good in other areas. This is not a lot to go on, you know, to make this choice with just 2 little paragraphs for each character, you know. But I'm definitely going to stick with Gladiator because I really want to see what Kabam does with him. Now, is Gladiator basically Marvel's Superman? Yes. Is that a bad thing? No. Superman is one of my favorite DC characters, dude. I love Superman. People hate on Superman way too much. He did it first. Superman was the OG, and people gotta respect Supes more. Like, they really do need to respect Superman more. He is the big blue Boy Scout. Like, Superman and Captain America, like, their morals just as superheroes, I respect so much. Like, those are like 2 of the superheroes I respect the most, just because of like how good-hearted they are. Like, they're actual like good guy superheroes. You know, like, that's what a hero should be. And Gladiator has all the powers of Superman. You know, if not more. He's just as strong. And we've already have a Superman in game, and that's Hyperion. Now, Hyperion came out a very long time ago, back in 2016. The very first year I started playing in October, and it was that December. It was Hyperion and Howard the Duck. They came into the contest together. I still remember it vividly. I remember Seaton reading their early abilities and thinking that Howard the Duck was actually going to be better than Hyperion. I still remember that. But good times. And now Howard the Duck's actually good, but for the longest time, he was one of the worst champs in the game. But Hyperion, very interesting. And I was so excited when he was coming to the game. But I was a little disappointed in some aspects of Hyperion. For example, you know, if Hyperion is supposed to be Superman, why is Luke Cage immune to bleed and Hyperion is not? That's something that used to keep me up at night. Like, why? Luke Cage, his skin is bulletproof, right? So is Superman's. So why is Hyperion not bleed immune, but Luke Cage is for having super hard skin? Like, those are the type of things that would annoy me and frustrate me. But then I think now, okay, that was 2016. What would Kabam do with a Superman character in 2023? Because they can do so much more now with champions, kits, and abilities, and I would really love to see how a new Superman of this time would be implemented in the game, especially with how crazy the champions they've been making lately. Like, man, I really want to see what they would do with Gladiator in game. I'd be so interested to see it. And it sounds like once you build this guy up, like, you're going to improve his effectiveness of his buffs. So I wonder if, like, the persistent ability is just going to be his confidence, like, meter, like a confidence meter. Like how Aegon's is like a combo meter. His is like a confidence meter. And so as that goes up, it improves the effectiveness of his buffs and improves his durability. So, like, once he's fully built up, what if he is just the most durable champ in the game? Like, man, this guy could be the new Aegon. He literally could be the new Aegon for endgame content. and still be useful in like an area like Battlegrounds. That's the vibe I'm getting from this guy and from reading these abilities. And some people will say, oh, you know, but we already have, you know, a Hercules, which is summoner choice, and this guy does sound a little bit like Hercules. So what? So who cares, man? Cosmic class is awesome. Yeah, it would be cool to have other class types for the summoner's choice. We haven't got a mystic one yet. It would be cool. But guys, keep in mind, like, regardless of who wins this vote, like, Omega Sentinel got added to the game. You know, she never won the vote. She got added. So there's a very good chance, if these characters are being voted for so much, that they'll both end up in game eventually. So like if Gladiator wins this vote, which I genuinely think he will, I think it's going to be close, but I think Gladiator is going to squeak out the win. And if that happens, I think Kabam will definitely still add White Tiger. For sure. I think they 100% will. Next year. At least, you know? So, honestly, man, I'm really hyped either way. I really love when Kabam does these summoner choices. It's very fun. It's very fun, and I like to just, you know, pick one champ out of the initial 8 and try to stick with that champion all the way through. I wasn't really as involved in the first summoner's choice. I think I was voting for Blue Marvel, and he left. He didn't make it very far. And then the second summoner's choice, I picked Quicksilver right away, and he ended up going all the way. So this time, pick Gladiator. If he ends up, he's made it pretty far. I'm pretty proud of him making it this far at least. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Who are you going to be voting for, White Tiger or Gladiator? I think I'll actually make a poll on my channel, so if you guys want to vote there, just so I can kind of gauge at least my audience's voting, so we can kind of see how a bit more of like a sample size compared to the whole game, see who's kind of in the lead right now. But yeah, I'd really love to know who you guys are voting for, and just why. Leave me a message in the comments. I'm going to read all the comments, try to respond to as much as I can as well. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Vote Gladiator or White Tiger. Just make sure you vote. Just don't be one of those people that doesn't vote, you know? Be a good citizen in the battle realm and vote. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Hope you did enjoy it. Drop a thumbs up. Subscribe for some more content. Peace.